Good morning, good afternoon to those who missed our class today. This is the instruction video to help you stay caught up with the work for this course. And if you remember yesterday, we wrapped up our unit on theme, and now we will be starting our unit on author's point of view. Now, the theme of a text is pretty much the main idea or the main message, and the author's point of view has a heavy influence on the theme. And if you remember the homework, it was to identify the theme of J. Cole's song, Love Yours. Now that homework assignment will help you a lot with this assignment as well in these notes. Because like I said, the point of view and theme have a very strong correlation. So for the learning objective today, you will write down, I will be able to identify and explain how the author's point of view impacts the theme. And for the first exercise, the first question is, what is the main subject of the song? Now, the main subject isn't exactly the theme, but the main subject can definitely help you identify what the theme is and also identify what the author's point of view is. So the first question isn't necessarily what the theme is, but what is J. Cole talking about in the song? It's not necessarily asking what is the main idea of the song or what is the main point of the song, what is the subject. And the second question is, what is his stance or perspective on the subject? So using our context clues, we can see kind of that the stance or perspective is kind of similar to the author's point of view. It kind of explains how he feels about the subject, which is what you identified the question before. Then once you identify those two things, you need to identify what two lines or phrases reveal more about the theme and what two lines or phrases tell you his perspective. Use the quotes provided on the other side of the paper. Only one of the answers will not be used. And also explain your answer in complete sentences as well. I don't want to see any incoherent or incomplete sentences. You are old enough to be able to fulfill that requirement. And the quotes are on the back. Quote A, on the road to riches, listen, this is what you'll find. The good news is you came a long way. The bad news is you went the wrong way. Back in my day, that rhymes as well, but back in my day, that was actually a viral sound on an app called TikTok. Little fun fact. The next quote is, I mean this sincerely, and as a brother who was once in your shoes, living with nothing to lose, I hope one day you hear me. The next quote, always gonna be a whip that's better than the one you got. Always gonna be some clothes that's fresher than the ones you rock, but you ain't never gonna be happy till you love yours. I grew up in the city. My apologies. The next quote is, I grew up in the city and know sometimes we had less. The next quote, no such thing as a life that's better than yours. Now, as we read these quotes, the longer a quote is doesn't necessarily make it right or more correct. It can be longer, but if it misses the point or misses the question that is being asked, then it is not valuable. And once you can identify the two quotes for each on the third question, then you will be able to move to the exit ticket. But if you were paying attention, there are 5 quotes, so one of them will not be used. So don't just put in random quotes. Make sure you actually can identify and select which quote correlates with the specific part of the question. And like I said, also explain your answer. So don't just say this quote explains this. No, I need this quote explains this, because you need to elaborate further as to why that quote correlates with either the perspective or the theme. And then once you're done with that, the exit ticket is, what is J. Cole's perspective and how does it impact the overall message? So as we can see, the exit ticket is pretty much your learning objective. Perspective and point of view are synonyms for each other. So if you can identify his perspective, you can also identify his point of view as well. So once you complete that, you will be caught up with the work that has been completed in the class, and I wish you all luck.